Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. Got this whole darkness thing going on here. You guys could see my LED lights are lit up and we got no sun. So there's the time and date, temperature. Rained all day today. Anyway, welcome to today, Wednesday. Today's shout out is for homemade machinery. I'll put the link there. He made this homemade UTV that's not only four-wheel drive, but it's a four-wheel steer. And to give you guys an idea on how sturdy this thing is, he's using it for plowing. Plowing is in not snow, I mean tilling soil. I mean the thing, he built an amazing vehicle there. So go check him out. And he doesn't have that many videos up, but maybe with some pestering we could get him to put more up. When it rains, you know, when the weather's bad, the trick is to always have something to go out and do, right? Something that you could play with or something you could work on inside. So one of the places I like to go is known as P&T Surplus. I'm going to put a link in also, just in case any of you guys end up near Kingston, New York. Kingston, New York is, if you're going up the Hudson or starting from where the Hudson, you know, is draining down in New York City, it's probably about 2.5 hours out of New York City, give or take, maybe 2 3/4, 3, depending on how you go. It's right up the Hudson. It's on just off the Hudson, this place. If you're coming down from Albany, maybe just over an hour down the Hudson from Albany. And the guy gets surplus. He used to get a lot of military surplus. Every once in a while you'll see some radio surplus. I don't know if he gets it from colleges or where he gets that from. I mean, he's always got something strange and unique in there. He's got a certain number of tools that people drop off. He does scrap metal. He's got some business with solar cells, because I see he ends up with a lot of raw solar cells. I mean, the silicon unencapsulated, and the panels are like 1 foot by 1 foot. He had a deal going where he was getting the traffic signs, you know, don't walk and all that. Those were made in LED. You never know what the guy's going to get. Musty One would love the guy, because sometimes people turn in brass for scrap, but it's got a lot of unique, well, brass, copper, bronze, even stainless steel. But a lot of times it's got like unique sizes and shapes to it. Like there must have been a nursing home or something cleaned out, because you know, the side rails for when you climb in and out of a bathtub or out of a bed or perhaps on and off the commode. He had like a load of those things. So it's like, I don't know where he gets this stuff. I don't know what he pays for it, but he sells the stuff real reasonable. Anyway, I was up there with him. Pete is the guy that runs the place, and his son Tim works with him there. He had these sprockets, like this is 35, and it's 80 tooth. Typically, when you buy these, you get them in 60 or 72. 80 gears it down a little bit more. And this is the one that I really considered a nice score. Put this aside for a second. This one is 35 and 96. And what I have going on is I have in the shed a Predator motor that came with 35 chain on it. It's geared down, but it's got a centrifugal clutch, but number 35 chain. It doesn't have a torque converter on it. What this will allow me to do is I can theoretically go with a bigger wheel thing, you know, something like perhaps golf cart size wheels, right, and not have to add yet another jack shaft. So I was very pleased with these two finds. He also had these key switches. They're bolting key switches. I bought two of them, and I worked at picking them out because these are keyed the same, and I have 4 keys. They're off, on, and start, right? And I deliberately picked them out with the lugs on them. You could say they're used, but they really weren't. He also has a deal cooking with somebody who buys lawn equipment and then alters it. Like a lot of times he has gas tanks and stuff like that. So you know. Anyway, if he's also got a very interesting location. He's on the Roundabout Creek, which they moor a lot of the boats. The Roundabout empties into the Hudson. As a matter of fact, the Roundabout Creek used to be the Delaware Hudson Canal. And if you're coming in from Pennsylvania, you know the Delaware Hudson Canal runs right along 209, where it gets all confused. In Kingston there, you basically head to where the Roundabout Creek and the Hudson just about intersect. The Clearwater Sloop is docked down there. There's a bunch of restaurants down there. They have a boat. You could go for a boat ride on the Rip Van Winkle. I think it's called the Rip Van Winkle out of there. Really nice spot. It's the kind of place you could kind of take the wife and drop her off by the waterfront and let her, you know, walk around, especially in the summer, and see all the sights along the waterfront. Or you can promise her lunch, and then you could go to P&T Surplus and roam around the place. His place is probably about 5,000 square feet, maybe more, 8,000 square feet. And once again, he's got everything in there. Musty would love it for the little bits and pieces of finished metal that he can put his hot little hands on. Musty, if you ever head back this way when you're out visiting in New Jersey, we could take a run up there. It gets you part way home also, right? It puts us closer to Albany. So, while it's raining and I'm not getting a lot done, I've also done a bunch of sorting, and not that any of this stuff is exciting to you, but that's a load of 200S. You got a brake and foot pegs and a bunch of rear hubs. Nice big horde of rear hubs. While I was going through the boxes, there was some holy grail stuff I found. This might not seem like much. You go, oh man, what a crusty headlight. But this is actually a headlight for 200S with an aftermarket guard, a couple of bezels. These are, I don't know, 185 or two. This is 200X. This is a 185 or 200S. I'm not sure what the headlight goes to. It's square. The 200S have curves to them. I found a recoil starter for a 185 200S, and the trick with this guy is it has the decompression cable on it, so this one's complete. Back tail light. A lot of this stuff is just very, very hard to find. This is an air cleaner for a 70 or a 90, probably a 90 air cleaning element for a 70. Air box. This is probably a 90. Some carburetor stuff. A bunch of carburetors for 200S. I just like Score City. I found a horde and this is all 185, 200 off stuff. Cylinder bores, heads, magnetos, wiring. That was a nice find. This is 250 SX carburetor that's complete, and the choke is not stuck. So that was a nice score. A bunch of rear end components. That's a bunch of what is that? The moped stuff, lights and speedometer and junk. This is just an assortment of an assortment. No real definition. Some lawnmower stuff in there. Little thing like this is a obviously a spark plug boot, but it also sparks for you. Just a nice find, all of it. Most of it came from I bought a 250 SX from someone who blew out the rear end on it, and when I went to pick it up, and that's why there's a bunch of rear end components out of a 250 SX. Yeah, 250 SX. He had done a clean out. He used to do lawn stuff, and he did a clean out from somebody who had a bunch of this stuff. So he picked it up and added it to his hoard, and then he never did anything with the 250 SX or any of this other crap. So now I picked it up from, God, must be 25 years ago, give or take a little bit, and I got the whole mess. Just quickly, you guys could see the Easy Go project moved up here, which is nice. There's the ATC 70. It's on top. This guy's out getting tires mounted. So a lot of progress here at the Horde. Anyway, folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head out. Go check out Homemade Machines. I'll put the link in. And for P&T Surplus, once again, if you guys are looking for a cool place to pick up little tidbits, and that's a good place to go in Kingston there. I'll put that link in. And folks, on top of everything else, and most important, remember to get out there and enjoy all your days. You don't know how many you're going to get, and you don't know how healthy you're going to be for all of them. So get out there and have fun. Bye now.